All right. So, um, lots of news. Well, some news. So I'm going in order of what how much I have to say about the topic. So first off, Marvel TV series, the Disney Plus shows, are now going to be back under Marvel Television. Now, I don't know if that means that they're going to be separating the studios again, that different people are going to be running Marvel Television, and then Kevin Feige and the others will be back to running Marvel Studios. But they have separated again, which is probably for the best. They've already realized that movie showrunners do not make good TV showrunners. So maybe the heads are going to be different, or maybe Kevin Feige is going to wear another million hats. Who knows? So that's number one. Number two, I believe her name is Natasha Lyonne. She has been cast in Fantastic Four in an unknown role. So, let me know if you guys have an idea of who she would be. Because right now we know nothing. And then the last one, and this one I have the most to speak of. This one concerns the world of Star Wars. Now, you may or may not have heard for the past few days that Sigourney Weaver is in talks to be cast in The Mandalorian and Grogu. And I have heard people speculating, oh, she's going to play this famous character, or she's going to play this famous character. What about Carl Weathers died a couple of months ago. Now, I doubt that they want to cut off the magistrate office on Navarro, that they want to cut it out of what it means to be the Mandalorian and Grogu, because now granted, in the case of Greef Karga, they were both bounty hunters, they became friends through that, and now they're partners, mainly because Grogu saved Greef Karga's life, and so then Greef Karga grew a conscience. But the fact remains that because he's on Navarro, and considering his line of work, you expect him to still have contact with the magistrate. Well, they need someone who can fill those shoes. And someone probably around the same age, which Sigourney Weaver is. She's like a year older, I think, than Carl Weathers was. So, what if she's going to be the new magistrate? Now, I don't think they're going to do anything distasteful as to basically recast and gender bend Greef Karga as a woman. I don't think that they would do anything that distasteful. That would just be trampling on Carl Weathers' legacy. But maybe she's a wife, because, we know nothing about his personal life. She could be a wife, she could be a sister, or she could just simply have been voted in after his death. Because I'm thinking they're going to give him a warrior send-off. That we know that there are pirates who are after Greef Karga who are less than enthused with his treatment of them. So what if he died in a firefight with them or with some other bounty hunters? Because, he's probably pissed off some people. He was a bounty hunter. He's there. I just cannot believe that he had no enemies. So maybe either the pirates from season 3, or maybe some unknown entity that he had pissed off in his life. I mean, you're going to make enemies as a bounty hunter. That's just the way it goes. Especially if you reform and suddenly you're not a bounty hunter, you're a respected citizen. So, that is my theory that she's going to be the new magistrate of Navarro. How they're going to write her in, I do not know that for a fact, but I'm thinking that regardless of what scenario it's going to be, that they're going to acknowledge, just like in Black Panther, they acknowledged Chadwick Boseman dying, that they're going to acknowledge Carl Weathers' death. It's just a matter of how are they going to explain it. And the one thing that I did not like about the way they wrote out T'Challa was that they gave him a sickness. Now, granted, he did die of cancer, but this is T'Challa. He's supposed to be a warrior king. Wouldn't it make more sense if he died in battle? But that's what I am thinking they're going to do with Carl Weathers, that he will have died in battle, or if not in battle, an assassination from one of those enemies of his. I'm willing to go with assassination, but not basically him dying with his boots off. That it's going, I mean, the Mandalorian and Grogu is a very Western vibe, and so people do not die in a hospital bed. They die on the battlefield, or at least they die, standing up. That someone that tries to assassinate them. So it would just make sense that is the way he goes, and that's how Sigourney Weaver's character is going to be brought in. Now, again, I don't know if they're going to just vote her in, or if they're going to figure that in honor of Greef Karga, it should be a family member. Like I said, it could be a wife, it could be a sister, someone who they feel like is just as badass as Greef Karga was. Which is why I'm suggesting either a wife or a sister, because you would think, number one, if he was married, that he would marry a woman who was a badass. He wouldn't marry some person who is a professional damsel in distress. He would want to marry someone who is just as tough as him. So, or, he was a bounty hunter. He's probably got family members who are bounty hunters. So a sister would also work in that regard. And so yeah, that's my suggestion as to who Sigourney Weaver is going to play if the talks go through. Because so far we just know that she's in talks. We haven't gotten confirmation that she's indeed going to be in the movie. I believe that is all I have for this video. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one.